Are you sitting in a home right now that you know needs work, maybe a lot of work, and you're thinking, how in the world I'm supposed to sell this? Maybe the kitchen hasn't been updated in decades. Maybe the floors are tired. Maybe the roof is old, the paint is worn, the yard is overgrown, the bathrooms are original, or the entire home feels like frozen time somewhere between 1985 and 2025. If that's you, let me tell you something very important right from the start. You can sell your home from a great price even if it needs ton of updating. Most homeowners believe that a home needing work automatically means losing money. They think buyers will lowball them. They think they will get taken advantage of. They think they have to pour tens of thousands into upgrades just to have a chance. But that's not the truth. Not in today's market, not in Los Angeles, and definitely not when you have the right strategy. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to sell a home that needs a lot of work without giving your equity away, without getting bullied by buyers, and without doing an HGTV level renovation. And I'm going to walk you step by step through the real psychology buyers use when they look at a fixer, the mistakes sellers make that cost them tens of thousands of dollars, and the strategic shifts that can actually turn a dated home into massive opportunity. Before we jump in, if you haven't met me yet, my name is Rima Rafeh and the team leader of the Rafeh Group, brokered by eXp Realty here in Santa Clarita Valley. I specialize in helping sellers maximize their sale price, especially when their home is older, worn, or needing repairs. I've helped hundreds of homeowners sell properties what looked outdated, clutter, damaged, or simply too overwhelming to renovate, and many of them sold for more than remodel comps because we positioned the home strategically, not emotionally. So let's dive in. When you as a seller selling a home that needs work, the very first thing you must understand is this: buyers do not see what you see. Sellers look at their home and see every flaw, every unfinished project, every outdated light fixture, every cracked tile, and every stain on the carpet, every cabinet that creaks. Sellers tend to imagine the worst possible scenarios. Buyers will hate this. Buyers want everything replaced. Buyers won't offer anything close to what's worth. But buyers actually approach homeowners very differently. Buyers fall into one of the three categories. The first group is the move-in ready buyers. These people want everything to be perfect: updated kitchen, modern flooring, fresh paint, because they don't have the time, the money, or patience to renovate. But here's the good news: that's not the group buying your home. So you can stop worrying about impressing buyers who were never your audience in the first place. Let's talk about the second group, is the value buyer. These buyers want a home with potential. They want a lower price point because they know they can upgrade over time. They want the freedom to pick their own style. They would rather buy a home needing work to make it their own than buy something else's taste. And this group represents a huge portion of the LA market today, especially with high interest rate. These buyers are more motivated than you think. And here's the third group of buyers: the investors, the flippers, the contractors, the cash buyers. These are people looking for opportunity. They see a home that needs work and they immediately see profit. They're not scared of repair. They're not emotional. They're strategic. And while they won't overpay, they're usually willing to pay more than you think if the numbers make sense. The key to selling a house that needs a lot of work is knowing exactly which group you're marketing to and structuring your pricing, presentation, and positioning around that buyer, not around your fears. A lot of sellers make the mistake of trying to impress everyone. They think, maybe I should replace the carpet, maybe I should repaint, maybe I should remodel the bathrooms, or maybe I should redo the landscaping. And suddenly they're stressing, overthinking, and planning a renovation that could cost tens of thousands of dollars. And here's the truth: you should never renovate a home just to sell it unless the return on your investment is clear and guaranteed. Most upgrades do not bring dollar for dollar return, especially if they're done last minute and rushed. Instead, the biggest value you can create is through what I call high impact, low cost improvements. For example, a deep cleaning can transform a home more than new countertops ever could. Removing clutter and oversized furniture can make space look bigger instantly. Neutralizing smell can make a buyer stay longer during a showing, and painting a room can increase perceived value more than replacing tile. Simple landscaping cleanup can make the curb appeal feel fresh. And here's the secret. Buyers do not need perfection. Buyers need clarity. They need to see potential. They need to feel like they can work with the bones of the home, even if everything inside needs updating. One of the biggest mistakes sellers make with older, worn homes is trying to hide flaws. They think if I cover this up, buyers won't notice it. Trust me, they always notice. Inspectors notice and appraisers notice, and California law requires you to disclose everything anyway. So the best thing you can do up front to be transparent and price according to condition, not according to emotion. And yes, pricing is everything when it comes to a home needing work. Overpricing is deadly. Underpricing can work, but only if it's strategic, not desperate. The goal is to position the home so that buyers see opportunity, not overwhelm. That's where a great agent comes in, because each home has a different story, a different audience, and a different strategy. And another thing most sellers don't realize, a home that needs a lot of work can actually sell faster than updated home. Why? Because buyers love potential. Buyers love the idea of customizing. Buyers love improving over time instead of paying a premium for someone else's upgrades. And in many cases, buyers buying a fixer can roll the renovation costs and future equity growth, something they can't do with a turnkey home. A home needing work becomes even more attractive when inventory is low. Buyers will compete if your property is positioned correctly, meaning priced right, marketed beautifully, and showcased honestly. Let's talk about California buyers specifically. California buyers see older homes differently than buyers in other states. They understand California architecture, California neighborhoods, and construction styles. Many local buyers expect homes to need updating, especially properties built in the 60s, 70s, 80s, or early 90s. A home needing work is almost the norm in California. What California buyers won't tolerate, however, is a home that feels neglected or unsafe. There is a difference between outdated and uncared for home. Outdated can be charming and full of potential. Neglected feel like liabilities. So your job is to make sure your home feels structurally sound, even if it's cosmetically outdated. If your roof is leaking, that matters. If you have mold, it matters. If your plumbing is failing, it matters. Those are issues that genuinely reduce the buyer's pool. But things like old cabinets, old flooring, old paint, buyers expect that, and they are often excited by the chance to turn the home into their own. Another thing I want to address is investor buyers. Sellers often assume investors are out to take advantage of them, but that's not always the case. Yes, some investors lowball, but many investors, especially California-based investors, will pay strong money for a home that needs work because they see long-term value, they see profit, they see opportunity. So don't automatically dismiss offers from flippers or contractors. Sometimes they are your best path to quick, strong, clean sale. Now let's talk about staging, or what I call strategic staging for fixer homes. When a home is outdated, staging plays a completely different role. You're not trying to make the home look new. You're trying to make the home feel warm, inviting, and full of potential. A few simple staging elements can make an older home feel more loved and more livable immediately. Modern pillows, neutral colors, greenery, lighting. These small touches can shift the entire buyer's experience. And if you're thinking, hey Rima, I do not want to spend money, here's the good news. You do not need to. Some of the best staging strategies cost a few $100. Sometimes the biggest impact is simply removing what doesn't work rather than adding anything new. Let's touch on another important truth. Buyers mentally discount homes needing work based on how overwhelmed they feel. Your job is to reduce that overwhelm. So if a buyer walks in and see broken fixtures, dark rooms, cluttered spaces, unfinished project, peeling paint, and overgrown yard, they assume the home is a disaster. But if that same home is cleaned, brightened, decluttered, and presented with honesty and care, they see possibilities instead of problems. So here's another huge point. You must control the narrative. If you don't tell the buyers the story of your home, they will make their own, and their version will not be good. When selling a home that needs work, the best strategy is to explain the opportunity clearly. This home is priced to let the next buyer update their taste. That's powerful, that's attractive, and that sets the tone. Before I end this video, I want to leave you with this clear idea. Fixer homes are not failures. They are opportunities. They can be incredible investment for buyers and incredible profit opportunities for sellers if positioned correctly. You do not need a perfect home to get the perfect sale. You just need a smart plan. If you would like a personalized plan for selling your fixer home without losing money, comment the word work below or reach out to me directly. I will create a custom strategy for your home, your neighborhood, and your price point so you can sell confidently and with clarity. I'm Rima Rafeh with the Rafeh Group, and I'll see you in the next video. And make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone who feels embarrassed or overwhelmed by the condition of their home, because they need to know that they still have options. I will see you on the next one.